The Cockpit Theatre is a fringe theatre in Marylebone, London, designed by Edward Mendelsohn and built in 1969-70 by the Inner London Education Authority as a community theatre. It is notable as London's first purpose-built theatre in the round since the Great Fire of London, when ILEA was disbanded in 1990. Ownership of the Cockpit was transferred to the London Borough of Westminster, who made it part of the newly renamed City of Westminster College. It remains one of a handful of purpose-built theatre training venues in the capital and is still owned and operated by the City of Westminster College. Between 1993 and 1995, the Soho Theatre Company took up residence and relaunched itself after a period of homelessness. During this period they premiered the works of over 35 new writers. In January 2011, owners City of Westminster College moved into the new main building at Paddington Green, which included a new theatre. This change meant the Cockpit is no longer used for day-to-day teaching or academic office space and is now operating as full-time theatre and training venue. The Auditorium. The Auditorium is 8.5 meters high and 11 square meters with a retractable seating bank on all four sides. Each bank seats 60 people and the seat cushions and backrests can be removed to create alternative playing areas. With the upstage left and right banks retracted, the downstage center bank can be pulled out from the standard 4 rows to 10 rows, creating an end-on configuration. The stage measures 6.6 meters by 8.6 meters in throw setting and 6.6 meters by 5.9 meters in the round. Upstage, a series of trapdoors spanned the width of the stage with a series of movable and replaceable panels covering them. Under the stage is a large manually winched lift which can roll along the span of the traps, although these could be used for stage effects. Original plans show this sub-stage area marked as a chair stall, and was to be used as the storage area for seats removed when reconfiguring the space. Lighting. There are 2 lighting gantries surrounding the space, with the control box on the lower gantry, above the downstage center seating bank. The lower gantry is 3.5 meters from the stage. The upper is 6.21 meters from the stage, and each gantry has 2 scaffold bars for the rigging of lanterns or scenery. The upper gantry also includes a central T-shaped walkway, with the top edge of the T on the upstage side of the auditorium. The T and both gantries have 15A power outlets for plugging stage lighting into. These sockets are connected to 3-strand STM dimmers, providing 60 ways of dimming. This equipment was installed when the Cockpit first opened and is still operational to date, as are many of the lanterns. The design of the gantries allows for access to all lighting positions without the inherent dangers of a fly system or working up a ladder, and the cable trunking surrounding the gantries also act as safety barriers to prevent accidental falls. Name. Now known as the Cockpit, the theatre has previously had a few other names. Initially named the Gateforth Street Youth Arts Centre, it was soon decided that a simpler name would be more appropriate. The name Cockpit derived from the 17th century Cockpit Theatre and Cockpit in Court, both venues used as theatre and cockfighting rings, which nicely echoed the theatres in the round design. Fortuitously, the original design of the foyer floor incorporated a roundel motif which linked neatly to the idea of a plane's cockpen. The name Cockpit Arts Workshop was adopted and eventually became the Cockpit Theatre, or simply the Cockpen. youth work. Since its inception, the Cockpit has been used as a venue for working with young people. Until 2011 it was used as a training venue for the City of Westminster College's performing arts, theatre, lighting, sound engineering and media students, along with regularly visiting students from Ball State University and young people from the Prince's Trust. The Cockpit hosts regular training opportunities in technical theatre skills such as rigging and pyrotechnics, and is popular with drama schools and youth groups. It also hosts the National Youth Jazz Orchestra's weekend rehearsals every Saturday and Dream Arts every term time Sunday. Music in the Round. Between April 1971 and November 1972, London Weekend Television recorded Music in the Round at the Cockpit, presented by Humphrey Burton. The show included performances and interviews with leading musicians across a broad range of genres. Amongst talent showcased in the 22 episodes were the National Youth Jazz Orchestra, who were featured on the 7th of May 1972, and Mark Bolan on the 23rd of April 1972. Jazz in the Round is a new monthly barrier-busting jazz, contemporary music binge, at the Cockpit every last Monday of the month starting on the 30th of January 2012. With a mixture of well-known names and unknown artists, it aims to bring together bands and artists from different scenes, genres, cultures and generations. Once a month it runs an award-winning scratch nights called Theatre in the Pound. The theatre regularly hosts events for Revolution Pro Wrestling,